What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever, period. I'm your host, Pharaoh, and we are joined by the legend, the king, the icon, the winner of Big Brother 23, Xavier Prather. Xavier, how you feeling, King?
I'm feeling good. You know, another season of Big Brother's underway. I'm at home chilling where I always be. This
Oh,
is
that's
good.
right.
Your name is actually Pharaoh, right? Like, that's not just like a handle. Like, your name is actually Pharaoh.
That's
Oh, you a liar.
What are
You
you
a liar.
calling? What is up with you, Cookout Man, coming on this
You
podcast,
a
calling me
liar.
out
Your name ain't
immediately?
Pharaoh.
Why did you? And then you waited, y'all. Xavier is a snake because me and Xavier was kicking. He waited. You knew what you was doing. Wow, this is crazy. And then Big D was just on yesterday. The first thing he said, he calling me out.
I wasn't calling you out. I was just simply, I
Asked the question.
remember I wanted to ask you it, and it didn't register again until after we had started. So that's on me. That's
I
on
see
me.
why
I'm
you
not
won,
trying to
Big
put you
Brother.
on blast. You know, if you got your whole Batman identity, I'm gonna keep it there. We're gonna keep it there.
I see why you won, Big Brother. I do. I think a lot of the girls in the chat know my real name, but
Okay.
this is my stripper name, and
Okay,
we're gonna go by
Go
that.
ahead.
Yeah.
Get them bills. Go ahead, man.
But yes, Xavier, this season of Big Brother, you were the winner 4 seasons ago. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Is that right? It's been 4 seasons since you've been on.
Matt, yes.
Okay, I ask everyone, how does it feel to watch now that it's been 4 seasons? Has it evolved over the time? Do you feel the same as you did on 24? When you watch 24, how are you feeling?
I feel like with each season that goes by, I get a little more removed from the game. Like, yeah. And like also the more the seasons go by, the more I kind of get insight as to what happens behind the scenes. And I'm also doing a little bit more work behind the scenes now. So I have a different lens that I'm able to view the show from now than what I did before. Like, you know, I'm not just viewing the game, I'm also viewing kind of the game within the game, and also viewing things from like, okay, from a CBS business perspective or like a production perspective. Those are things that are going through my head now that didn't really happen before. And so that's been an interesting transition to go from like just watching it as a fan to now watching it with more of a business mindset and like more of a mindset of what's happening behind the scenes that might be impacting what I'm seeing in the edited show.
That's very interesting. Do you feel like it changes in a positive way? Like, do you think now that you have more experience in a different perspective that you're liking watching the season more, or do you think you liked watching it as a fan more?
I think I preferred watching it as a fan more. Now it feels like I know too much. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'll see someone in the DR and they'll be like, I just won the golden power of veto. Hope this isn't saucy or some shit like that. And I'll just be like, God damn it, just let these people talk. Like, don't put the
They be
words
guiding it. They be guiding it from what I hear.
I hate the guys. Just let people be themselves. I hate the guides. Just let them, if they pop on camera, great. If they're boring, let them be boring. Like, but let them be them. Don't feed them words. I hate that.
Exactly. I don't think it works either. I don't think it achieves the goal they wanted to achieve.
Like here, I'll give you like a prime example. You notice how whenever the house guests are walking out to a competition, all of a sudden they're just, oh
yes.
Oh my gosh, that's because before they walk out, they're behind there and there's someone there sitting there like, all right, guys, big energy. Come on, big smiles, big
energy.
Literally every single time. Every single time. I remember on reindeer games, I got so sick of that shit. They were like, big energy. I was like, watch my fucking energy. And I walked out stone cold. I was like, I don't care.
No, because honestly, it leaves reality TV a little bit when it comes into this fraudulent stuff. And then we've seen this season, it's starting to impact even like more natural moments, I guess.
Yeah.
When Ashley's calling out Keanu, it's giving scripted, no shade. It's giving scripted. When Jimmy was calling them out, was giving, it's like now the players within the game are
the players are trying to like, oh, how can I get my moment? Like, just let the moment happen. Like, Like I had a moment on my season. I didn't expect Kylan to say that shit. It happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't expect that to come out of his mouth, but it happened. We had a moment. Now it's there. But like just let the moments happen organically. Don't try to like plan for a moment, because then I think people can read through that. It just it's inauthentic, and I don't think it hits quite as well as those authentic, genuine kind of clash moments. That's what makes reality TV great.
Exactly. I do agree. And that moment with you and Kylan was great. That was a moment. Everybody was Julie Chen was gagged. Kylan, she didn't know what to say. But
Julie
I will
was
say
ready for that. I was like, oh, this is too black for Julie. She ain't ready for this.
No.
So sorry.
She didn't know which show she was watching. She was like, oh, I thought this was Big Brother, not Child. But
Baddies Club. Hold on.
I didn't know this was Baddies. I didn't know this was the Real House, the Love and Hip Hop. She didn't know where she transported to New York. But
sorry, Julie, we held it together.
Okay, I did want to ask you since you brought it up because we spoke to Kylan years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. He gave a slight perspective on that. Was you ready to slap him across his face?
Yes.
I need to know. And so this is the thing.
What?
Because in my mind, I'm ready to slap him across his face. He leaves. The next time I see him, it's still a problem. And I think that's where I'm wondering what happened after.
Oh, after. So for months, I was on him. Like for months, it was like you don't understand. I had Tiffany, Big D, even Hannah was like on me all the time whenever we would like have a cookout event. Because like for me, I'm just like, yo, the next time I see him, it's on. Like that's just how I was brought up. That's where I come from. Like that's just what I was on. And every time, Tiff, no, you got to remember, because if you guys fight, then it's gonna look like what the cookout stood for just kind of obliterates. Big D, even Big D, and I'm like, Big D is telling me this, like, damn. I mean, I really can't do it. But like, no, for months, like there was months after that where Kai and I didn't speak. And like, I know he wanted to make amends, but for me, it was like, dog, I don't care about you. Like, you don't exist to me. And that didn't really get to the point to where I was ready to talk to him again until after I had seen my nephew after the show. Gotcha. When I saw him, things were good, and I knew he was proud of his uncle and all that. And then, you know, I talked to my moms about how it impacted her, and like she was just like, you know, your brother's proud of you. Don't let what nobody say like kind of dim your light or kind of try to douse your shine. And then after that, I was like, you know what? Let me just because like it got to the point to where like I hated him. Like and I have never hated somebody in my life, and I didn't like the anger that I was holding for him. So I was like, let's let it go. And then him and I had some more conversations, just kind of talking it out as men as we do. And now we're at the point to where, you know, I can make a tweet where people think that I'm actually throwing shade at him, and he can tweet back at me, and we know it's, you know, we good.
Yeah, so that's really good. Honestly, it's great to hear that perspective as well, because I feel like with sometimes with you as a fan and what people see, it's like we don't really know what Xavier's thinking and stuff like that. So it's good to hear your perspective. Come on, winner. No, it's really good to hear your perspective, because it's like at the end of the day, that's real as fuck. I mean,
it was for me for months after the show was on site. Like if the cookout didn't exist, Kylan and I probably would have fought. Yeah, like, and I'm not saying that to be tough girl. You like no, like, that's just something you don't tolerate. That's something that you personally morally don't tolerate, and I feel like it's different for every person. Somebody may have heard that, not felt that way. Whatever, let's sue. Like no, my parents raised me like talk shit, get hit.
Real.
So, like, but yeah, I'm glad that like it never got to that, and him and I are in a place now where you know, I can send a picture of Big D giving the middle finger to him, and he laughs it off. He calls me a bald-headed bitch. I laugh it off, and like, you know, we good. So ultimately, I would say I'm glad with how things went and that it didn't get to that point. But yeah, it was bad for a while.
No, that's good. It's amazing that you guys were able to grow from that, honestly. Yeah. Now, moving on to this season, because the season has been a roller coaster. It was vibing, but then it wasn't, and then it was, and then it really wasn't. How do you feel about this season as a viewer, from a viewer's perspective?
This season's been chaotic, and I wish it was chaotic in a little bit of a better kind of way. I
understand. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, I don't shade. This is no shade to the Houseguests, but like the level of gameplay, which is primarily what I view for, like, I want to see gamers like really scheme and strategize and things like that. And that's been missing for me this season. Yeah. And so that's been tough to watch, especially, you know, having gone through the game. You know, I was on a season with Tiffany, and then I talked to Danielle and Derek and, you know, all these other brilliant strategizers. And so to see a season where it doesn't really feel like that's happening much, it's a little bit of a tough watch. But I mean, I know they're all trying their best, and that's really all you can give at the end of the day. Like, you can't do more than what you can give. But it seems like every week,
it's some bullshit, isn't it? It's like, what are you doing? It feels like this is gonna sound crazy. It feels like everybody is a Frenchie in that house. I'm like, why are all of y'all acting a fool?
Like,
oops, all Frenchie.
For real. Like, I'm like, y'all just want a fun house every fucking week. Y'all don't want to sleep. Like,
right?
Relax.
Acting the fool.
Yeah, like it seems like there will be weeks where like there's a very logical decision for whoever's the head of household. It's like, okay, cool, easy decision. You want power. This is who you align with. Bet this is who goes. And then they'll do the nominations, and I'm just like, who in the fuck? Literally. Why would you do that? Literally. Like this past episode was really kind of, to me, fully captured that the season kind of in a whole with as far as the chaos and like the just kind of random decisions being made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's real. And I agree. And I feel like that's how I've been feeling the whole time, because a lot of people came up and they were like, they're loving it. And I love that people can enjoy it entertainment wise, but I'm the same as you. I'm watching for who is the next big thing strategically, who's the next whoever, Danielle Ray, whatever it may be. So I'm watching for that. So this season has always been, I'm like, okay, hold on, I'm not there yet. And then some bullshit just happened. I don't know how you feel about it, but to me it was some bullshit. What you think?
To me, this twist, to me, I told you I'm viewing things from more of a business and production standpoint. So, like, for me, it feels like Reindeer Games hasn't been greenlit for a second season, at least not yet. And right now, if a show hasn't been canceled but it hasn't been greenlit, it's kind of been purgatory or like limbo. And so, with it potentially not coming back, but they had a little something there. So I think producers are like, okay, what can we take from Reindeer Games and try to incorporate it into just a standard season of Big Brother to try to, recapture some of that magic. And for some reason, these niggas.
I think the thought made the instinct make sense.
I got thoughts. So here's where I don't mind the hamster wheel twist being in a regular season of Big Brother. Because, I mean, on Reindeer Games, that was easily the most talked about episode. Easily. And even this season, it was still the most talked about episode. So it definitely gives what it's supposed to give. I just don't like the timing of when they implemented it. Like, I'm not mad that it was implemented, but I hate that that's how you start the jury phase. Yeah. Because for me, in the jury phase, this is when the game players' skills are supposed to really kind of come to fruition and carry them to the end.
Exactly.
So for there to be a twist that like eliminates, especially a power player, but eliminates any player, that's a tough. I would have loved it if they had did it the week before. Like, oh, hey, you survived this safety chain elimination, you now made it to jury. Like, that's brilliant to me. Or even in the earlier weeks where we don't really get attached to the characters. Someone goes home, but it caused a lot of chaos that's going to ensue for the weeks to come.
Exactly.
Brilliant. I think it's a great twist for pre-jury, but to do it at the start of the jury phrase, love the twist, hate the timing of it.
Yeah, actually, that's real.
I say I love the twist because I'm trying to do love, but man, fuck that wheel. Like,
okay, period. Exactly, because I was low-key finna say, hold on.
No, I don't like that wheel. That wheel has nightmares.
It traumatized you a little bit. You got a little personal.
Boy. But like, so here's the funny thing about the wheel, and I don't viewers probably don't realize it. I know I see people like, oh, Rachel had 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Bro. Get your ass on the wheel, then. Get your ass on the wheel, see how you do. I bet you trip. Shut up. But like the thing about the wheel is that one, I don't think people realize like weight is a big factor. Yeah. So like on Reindeer Games, I did the worst. I can happily admit that. I still got it done, but I did the worst. But I'm also everyone else that did it. It was me, Frankie, Danielle, Brittany.
Yep.
I'm damn near twice the size of all of them. So when they're moving the wheel, it's taking more effort, but they're able to control it better. Meanwhile, with me, I felt like if I took one step, it was flying. It was flying. And even on this season, it was what? Vince, Morgan, and
Lauren and Rachel.
Lauren.
Yep.
And Lauren and who else?
Rachel.
Lauren and Rachel. Lauren gets the best time. Lauren is arguably the smallest of everyone that competed. And then on Reindeer Games, Brittany was arguably the smallest. She got the best time. Like size is definitely a factor in that competition. If you're a big person, Don't approach it like everybody else is. You got to like kind of baby step your way through it.
Yeah,
I was surprised that they didn't try to take a shot at Keanu in this.
Yeah,
I think if they were trying to get rid of him, I think this competition would have been the competition to really test him, even like regardless of how much time he had, because he's there's not much space in that wheel if you're a bigger guy, and I know he's bigger than me, so I think that would have definitely been challenging for him. But I will say he does usually try to compose himself before he starts a competition, so I'll give him that. But I think if he had gone maybe instead of Rachel, I think the end result might have been the same.
Yeah, and that's interesting because they were watching it. They were so concerned about who to say for the first 4 rounds. They were like, who should we save by sending them in early? And I think that's the mind games that the wheel kind of plays, because that was kind of discussed on reindeer games as well. Like, okay, whoever goes early, but I think at the end of the day, it's a risk, you know. And
it's definitely a risk, because I can tell you on reindeer games, when everyone saw that wheel, everyone's heart went straight to their ass. Like everybody was throwing up. Like it was disgusting. And then like they had like 10 minutes to strategize. I was like, okay, well then what y'all stressing? That's that's a good amount of time. I remember when they told us about the hamster, they were like, Nicole, you have to make the decision now.
Oh,
right here.
That would have killed me. That would have killed me.
I was just like, oh, that's wild. And then what I think freaked people out is because like Frankie went first. We all knew Frankie was going to crush him. Frankie, I've competed on several different shows. Frankie might be the best competitor I've ever competed against.
He's a really good competitor. Like, it's
crazy good. He's good at so many different things.
Yeah.
But Frankie came back. Frankie saying it's hard, and it wasn't like he was playing like a psychological game. It was like he was like, no, even though I finished it, like it's hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
He's saying it's hard, and then I get through. I barely finish it, but I won every Santa Showdown up to that point. So people are like, okay, Frankie said it's hard. X said it's struggling. Psychologically, that's doing something for people.
Exactly.
And you could see in this episode,
that's what was happening. Yeah,
you could see before like they even got to pick, Rachel was already kind of like in her head about it. I don't want to say defeated, but like you could see she was already feeling some type of way if she didn't get to go early. So the longer that it took, I was like, the more and more defeated she's probably getting. And so, I mean, she even said it in her exit interview. She was like, if I had taken time to just really compose myself before going out there, she thinks she would have passed it. And believe it or not, Danielle said the same thing. Because I talked to Danielle.
That makes sense.
Plenty after that. And she was like, I think I could have got it. I just was so in my head and emotions when I went out there that like I wasn't thinking clearly. So then I went out there, tried to do it, but wasn't thinking clearly, and then I got sent home. Yeah, like it's a competition where if you aren't focused or if you don't figure out what you need to do quickly, you will go home.
That makes sense, and I feel like that's kind of what makes it feel icky to people watching, and they kind of feel like this twist is a dud. And honestly, that leads me to kind of the segment I wanted to have with you. I have some clips. I have some videos of some other dud twists in Big Brother history.
Okay.
I kind of want to discuss it with you. Let's get into it. Let me pull up the first one. So,
let's see what this is.
This one was horrible, and I feel like I don't know if any of these other ones match up to this one, but this specific season's one. But the next one I have from BB25. Let's watch.
BB25.
Let's go! Invisible HOH, baby! I'm the invisible HOH. I'm the invisible HOH. So here's the thing. I'm the invisible HOH. And
really told
essentially up until...
He told everybody, man. And the whole invisible thing, you know, BB Canada did it first.
So
I don't know how I feel about it.
I feel like it would be great if people could keep their mouth shut.
Right.
I think if people could like actually maintain the secret of having an invisible HOH, then I think it would be great. Like, for example, granted, he didn't do anything with it, but Zach kept his power a secret. He kept that a secret very well. Like I was like, that's a good job. You know, keep it a secret. But you need to use the damn power.
Yeah.
But like, so like when people get the invisible HOH, if they would keep it a secret, And like, that's one of those things where it's like, yo, this is an individual game. Like, I get you got close allies, I get you got peoples, and yeah, they might be spurned or burned if you didn't tell them. But also, if you made a move that benefited them, be like, look, it don't matter.
Yep, exactly.
So like,
exactly. I agree.
I think that invisible HOH would be better if people could actually maintain the secret of having the invisible HOH.
Exactly. Also, I feel like the timing, it's another thing about timing, because at that point of the game, it's like they're giving him the invisible HOH. It was like top 9. So it's like people easily figured it out before he even told them.
So
like, well.
I think I tweeted something. I deleted it because people were getting emotional.
What?
Bro, I just be like, man, fuck it. Let me get rid of this. But so I think the production, when they always are sitting on a twist or a few twists in any given season. And they determine when is the best time to like implement it into a game. So
interesting.
It's not necessarily what we think, like, oh, the game is stagnant. Like, we might think the game's going crazy, but if they feel that the game is getting stagnant, they're going to be like, you know what, let's shake it up. And so then they're going to throw in a twist. So it's like, it's really under their discretion when these twists are being implemented. Because you might see some twists earlier in the game, but you might see some twists that happen, you know, in the middle or later, and be like, what the hell is this?
And that's the problem. I think they got too much with them buttons. They just press them buttons and then make the twist happen. And then it's like you have to really think out, how could this twist go wrong in order to make sure it goes right, you know? And I feel like
on my OG season, like that was all we were thinking about. Whenever we felt like there was another twist happening in the game, we were just, all right, they're just trying to like break us up. Like, they're trying to ruin what the cookout has going. That's why we keep getting hit with all these twists. But like, I think there's some truth to that, because if they didn't, I mean, people already say our season was a steamroll, but like at least the twist kind of shake it up a little bit. So I do think that's the kind of burden that production has, is that they have to take these twists and figure out when is the right time to implement them in the game, not just throwing them in there just to shake things up, even if it's not necessarily the right moment.
Exactly.
Like I said, the twist this season with the safety wheel, I don't hate the twist. I just wish they would have used it earlier in the game. I think it would have done great in the pre-jury phase.
And speaking of your season, let's watch a clip.
First house guest I have nominated is
the
next house guest I have nominated is the secret HOH
not
nominees Kyland. And second nominee,
Kyland laughing is crazy.
Sarah Beth.
Oh my god! when Claire nominated the same two people,
so
that was crazy. What was that?
That was
we know what that was, but damn,
that was. I got 2 words for what that was. Tiffany's power. That was Tiffany having a great relationship with Claire. Claire having full trust in Tiffany. Tiffany being like, look, just keep them the same. Claire be like, you know what? You're my girl. I got you. And she kept them the same. That was, I would say, unfortunate for Claire, but
very
great for us. But like, that was just Tiffany's plan really kind of being properly executed. You know, that was a situation where we were really in trouble because there was someone in power that wasn't in the cookout. And so it was like, yo, if we can't convince them to, like, you know, make the right nominations, we might be in trouble here. Because Claire could have been like, you know what, Kai X, get your asses up there. And
exactly. And that was close to the middle of the game, too. It was close to the middle of the game.
I was already a third nominee. So she could have been like, Kylan,
Azza, whoever.
Kylan,
literally.
Get up there. So it's me, Kai, and Azza all on the block. That's terrible.
Yeah, because the claim would, like, from what I remember, she wanted to take a shot at a big man at that point, like you or Kyland. But that's when she kind of got talked off and was like, keep targeting Sarah Beth, because she repeated the noms knowing Sarah Beth was still going to be the target because Tiffany kind of convinced her. But it's like that's kind of the issue with their twist, is that the big alliance or whatever alliance is running it, they are clearly smart because they're running the game, and so they're smart enough to game these twists. Even Hannah was making sure that bitches was throwing them and shit, you know? Like, it was a lot going on that if the best player can outgame your twist, then your twist is going to be pointless. And I think...
Yeah, and I think that's why they like the safety chain so much, because, like, as much as you could be a really good game player, but that damn chain
Yep.
Even if you're good, whoever goes after you might not be good. Like, I don't like throwing shade on current players. I'm just evaluating.
Well, just say what you say.
I'm just evaluating it. I think the person who probably performed the worst in this safety chain for this season was Ava. Again, no shade to her, but I mean, from when she got the power, she had no idea what she wanted to do.
Yep.
And then she seemed
asking for volunteers and stuff.
Asking for volunteers, seemed really disheveled, and then she picked someone who wasn't saying anything.
Yep.
And I kind of felt for Vince in that moment because I was like, I don't think he wanted to go at all. But then if she asked you to go first, which you would be the person getting the most amount of time, if you say no, everyone's gonna be like, oh, so he's feeling real comfortable.
Exactly. And you can go later.
Yeah. So for Vince, it's like, you gotta say yes. So like, yeah, no, I'll go. But like, it was funny because like, hey, but you got people volunteering, and then you picked the dude who ain't said shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was where it was like, yeah. And then from there, a lot of things got set in motion that it was just like, I don't feel like I feel like if somebody else maybe had been in that position that Ava was in, I don't know if that would have been as chaotic.
Because she also gave Vince the entire control of the entire situation. He picked Lauren, convinced Lauren to pick Morgan. Amazing on Vince, but on Ava, it's like, girl, that's not even your ally, you know?
Yeah. That's why Ava, I feel like you could have made a better decision. And then Vince, 100%. With Vince, I feel like at times his thought process, I see it. But his execution is poor.
Sloppy. Very sloppy.
Yeah, sloppy is how I would probably categorize it. Like with this situation, he's like, all right, I want to keep Lauren and Morgan safe. I'm like, cool, those are your two closest allies. So Morgan, who is arguably the person that he's closest with, you know, he doesn't pick her.
Yep.
He picks Lauren. And I'm like, how do you expect Morgan, who views you as a number one, to react to that? You know, like Lauren would maybe understand if you pick Morgan first. But Morgan's not going to understand if you pick Lauren first.
Exactly.
And then you pick Lauren. Great. Now Lauren's like, hey, if I pick Morgan, she needs to pick Kelly. You know damn well Morgan's not picking Kelly. So now Morgan's going to go. If she comes back, she's not picking Kelly. Lauren's looking at you like, what the? It was like both situations where I feel like he fractured the trust that he had with both of his top two allies. So it was like, don't get me wrong. It's a high pressure situation, so I understand, but the execution there probably could have been better with his top two allies because it feels like he fractured his trust with both of them in that one moment.
I agree. I feel like I was talking to Lee and I was like, he's two things to me. He's too selfish in a way, for lack of a better word. He's very self-interested. And I feel like he's overly self-interested. And at the same time, he's kind of passive. So I think the reason he didn't choose Morgan is because in his mind, he's like, well, for me, I want Lauren to be safe for sure. And Morgan might not choose. So he's prioritizing whatever he wants before he's prioritizing what they might want. And that's what he's done all season. That's why Keanu put his ass on the block. It's like you've been prioritizing yourself and none of your allies. You can't do that. You know,
well, he did say in this episode today that he would probably rather sit in final two next to Lauren than Morgan.
Yep, exactly.
So I think that explains why he picked Morgan first, or why he picked Lauren first. But also it's like Morgan, fucking light bulb.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You just won the veto. Great. Now it's time for you to really
shift your game.
I think if Morgan really shifts, like she's got momentum right now. I think if she really shifts, she can become a front runner for the remainder of the season. But if she kind of somehow gets back under Vince, I feel like she's really limiting her potential.
I agree.
Right now, I think she's on because we've seen times earlier in the season when Morgan's been able to influence some things without having power.
Exactly.
And so it's like that's great. Now if you're able to add a couple of competition wins where you can tangibly be like, I was on the block, I pulled myself off. Things like, which I know people don't like comp wins, but comp wins, here's where they have value. They provide evidence of where you tangibly had an impact on the game one way or the other. Either I was HOH, I targeted this person, one of those two went home. Or I was targeted, I competed in a veto, I pulled myself off. Those are things that people are going to respect in the jury.
Exactly. All right, I got one more video. Shout out to Rachel Riley. This is from her original season. Let's see.
Is this Pandora's Doc?
Houseguest, I am the Big Brother Saboteur. I advise each of you to watch your back.
Was this
and will
shot on a BlackBerry?
By a vote. 10-0.
No, it was like Bussy at first.
Big Brother House. So you know, we just informed America that you were the saboteur.
The first voted out, the saboteur twist. The saboteur twist flopped. She was the first one voted out. Shout out to Rachel for staying 10-0 in that vote. But that was a flop. That was the first twist in Big Brother history that I remember watching. I'm like, that just went nowhere. That was a flop.
I don't like when Big Brother does twists where they select like players before the season. Like,
they did it with Amy this season.
Yeah, they did it with a player that's like, oh, you're gonna do this. Like, wait and let them play a little bit, and then pick a player that would be like perfect for that role.
I see that.
Because like yeah, they picked Amy this season, but you have no idea what Amy's gonna be like when she gets in that game.
100%.
Like for example, the mastermind needed like an accomplice. Picking a player like a Will, who everybody trusts and love, would probably be brilliant. Yeah, because he could probably do whatever the mastermind needed him to do, and get away with it because no one's really gonna suspect Will's doing something. Like, it's low key like Will would be a great trader. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
No one's gonna suspect him to do that. So like maybe give it like a week or two or maybe 3, and then pull them in the diary room. All of a sudden they open a letter. Oh, what is this? Oh, and like, oh, I got to do this. Bet. Now I'm gonna go be a saboteur. But
you're so right. You're so right about that. Yeah, because that's what happened with Dan on his original season. He was America's player, but America voted him to be that after seeing his game.
Time, like, let America vote for who's going to be the saboteur. One, you'll get America will be happy because, like, oh my God, who we picked, yay! Yep. But also, it gives people time to figure out like who might be best for that position. So like they might actually be doing you a favor.
Exactly, that's true. All right, Xavier. Some of the girls asked you some questions. Let's get into these questions, honey. Let's see what they're asking. I asked people on Twitter, on Blue Sky, wherever. Let's pull some of them up. First question we got. Shout out to Nice Guy 101.
This
king, this legend. He's in the chat right now.
That's my boy.
He says, first off, thanks for always being good to me. LOL. Period. What made you specifically get into law and being a lawyer? What was it about law that made you do this career and piqued your interest? That's a great question.
Okay, that's a great question. I'm gonna get into that in a hot second. So this is Clock It, right?
This is Clock It. This is I agree with you. This is I'm fucking with what you're saying.
Why is it this though? Like, Clock It would be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I know what you're saying. So this is the issue. The truth is, I'm not the appropriate person to explain this to you because the truth is that this kind of formation came from like ballroom. It came from the gay scene.
Like, bro, this is Quiet Coyote. I know that.
That's Quiet Coyote.
Yeah, you know. What
I don't know what that is. This could be Clock It, but I think this isn't really Clock It. Like this is form. That's the new age. This is the 2025. Evidence of that. Usually from where it came from where I'm understanding is when they're in the ballroom, when you're watching, it's kind of like, slam poetry, when they're like snap instead of clap. It's giving more so that like, girl, you did a good job. And then it evolved into this. But once again, I'm not the right person to do it. But you're eating that up. But like, it's like, let's say you're listening to somebody and they're saying something. You're like, I'm feeling what you're saying, but you don't want to interrupt them, just randomly clap you.
Okay.
You're eating that. Right. You're eating that. Right. Damn.
Right. Let's answer the next question before we go off on another tangent about pop culture. So what made me want to be a lawyer? Well, truthfully, I've had, some family members who have had less than pleasant experiences with the law. I'm a Black man. I live in America. So I know people who look like me have had less than pleasant experiences with the law. And I don't like feeling like I would be in a position where something's happening, the law isn't on my side and I'm not able to do something, or like for whether it's for me or one of my loved ones or anything like that. Like I would rather be in a position where I can make an impact. That's part of the reason why I became a lawyer. That's part of the reason why I now have my own practice. Like that's a lot of the motivation behind why I went there. I was planning on going and, playing overseas. Not like the dude from Love Island, but like, You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I was like, I feel like I had an opportunity. It was between that and law school. I chose law school just because I felt
right out of high school. That's when you made that decision, or was it?
I played ball in college.
Got you.
Once I was done playing ball in college, it was like, okay, I could go to a couple combines, likely get signed to an overseas team. Probably wouldn't be like Spain, but maybe something smaller still.
Yeah.
Be able to say I was a professional basketball player, or I can go to law school and not put off the next chapter of my life for like 3 or 4 years for a, whatever, a subpar professional career. So yeah, I went to law school and I like being challenged. The law challenges me. It excites me. It forces my brain to think critically and be innovative. And I like that. I like being challenged and mentally stimulated. I find it fascinating. That's kind of what made me go into law. And my interest was piqued in undergrad when I took a business law course. I had just torn my ACL and I took a business law course and I actually liked it. I liked that it challenged me, but I also liked the subject matter of what I was learning. So that really led me to look up more about law school, took the LSAT, went to law school, and the rest is pretty much history.
Yeah. That's a great answer. I took a business law course as well. I really did enjoy it. Like at that point, I considered, I was like, I could go to law. Like I could do whatever the fuck I want. Like I could.
There you go.
I didn't do it, but I still could do it. But it's like I was like that is a very interesting when you get into anything regarding law, especially if you're in college or if you're learning about something and you start listening to the things that they're teaching you. It really does start to pique your interest. Honestly, like that's how I felt. I can relate to that. Honestly.
Yeah, well, I think that's what college is about. Like you're supposed to go in with, you might have an idea, but keep an open mind because you might be exposed to something that completely transforms what you thought you were supposed to do. And then if that's what you feel like you're called to do, run with it.
Exactly. All right. Next question.
All right.
Let's see. Shout out to 2 men in a trench coat. I know that's right.
Okay.
Hey X, who is your favorite and least favorite ball?
See, now
Big Brother player. If you had to choose.
This is the shit that I like to see. All right. Let's first of all, who all was bald? All right. Let's go back. Marvin, Russell, Adam, Ollie. I hear Ollie really loves the springtime. Me and Will. Is that it? Did I say Adam? Adam from BB13? Okay, so that's everyone. So who is my favorite and least favorite? I would say my favorite. Oh my gosh, my favorite, Mama Faye. Mama Faye.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, my fault. I couldn't hear you. My shit messed up. Did you say
good now? Am I good now?
Marcellus as well.
Okay, so let's go through bald house guests. So we got Marvin, Marcellus, Russell, Ollie, Russell, and Adam. Me, Mama Faye, Will.
Yeah. Big D. You said Big D. Yes.
Big D. He's just so forgettable.
Oh my God.
All right. So if I'm going with my favorite, damn, I forgot about my
think there's a right answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If I'm going with my favorite, it's gonna be Big D. Damn it.
But that's personal because
that's real personal though. He's got
okay. That's fuck Big D.
So I feel like Big D's got to be taken out.
Right. Okay.
Because he's gonna get my vote. That's my brother.
Okay.
Take Big D out. It's gonna be Mama Faye.
Period. And that's real.
Yeah,
and that's real.
It's gonna be Mama Faye. My least favorite.
Child.
Xavier.
Okay. So we're not gonna do that.
Xavier.
We're not gonna do that.
He's a piece of shit.
Okay, how about not least favorite? Least favorite sounds crazy. But the person you feel the less inclined to invite to dinner.
Less inclined to invite to dinner?
Whatever it needs to be for you to answer the question.
Easy, Russell. Yeah, Russell.
Okay, period. And that's the right answer. And that's just the right answer.
Yeah, attitude, Russell.
And that's just the right answer. Yeah. Just because the dinner part of it all.
Yeah. I'm at dinner. I'm trying to sit here. I got a steak. I got some mashed potatoes, some greens, and you out here. Hey, waiter. You got my order. Man, relax.
Throwing the drink in their face. We can't do that.
I can't stand when people are rude to waiters. It just, I want to drop kick them. Like, what are you doing? You don't think they trying? You think they trying to ruin your night? Like, no. They made a mistake. They're human. Get over it. Have a little bit of patience. It's not like you're going anywhere. You sat down to eat. Shut up.
Exactly. That's literally my one thing. I'm like, when I'm dating, like, not my one thing, but that's one of the things I'm looking out for. I'm like, how are you like to other people? Where's your respectfulness? I can't do that.
Like, I can't. Disrespect is number one turn off. Like,
can't do that.
Like, I don't want. One thing I really don't like is when I see people talking back to their parents.
Ooh,
irritates the fuck out of me. Irritates me crazy. Like I don't. Now, don't get me wrong. There are situations where a parent deserves to get yelled at. Like, I'm sorry, you put your hands on your baby. Yeah,
you acting a fool.
Yeah, they don't owe you shit. But like, your parents put a roof over your bed, roof over your head, put food on your table, like, helped you go to school. Helped you with your homework. Made sure when you got chicken pox, they put you in the bath with the Epsom salt and all. Like, what I'm saying? They took care of you, and you got the audacity to be like, I hate it here. Shut your ass up. Go sit in the corner. I can't stand that. Can't stand that.
I know that's right. And how many kids do you want? Speaking of kids.
I want a few. Yeah.
Okay, I know that's right. I fuck with kids. Now, kids is cool. All right. Next question. Shout out to Pivotal Takes. Shout out to the Reality Kingdom. Thank you. Hey, Xavier, how do you think you would have performed on Big Brother 23 if there was not a Cookout Alliance? This is a good question. This question has been tossed around here and there.
Probably the question I get the most. And I said it in my before I went on BB23, we got this question on like how you think you perform. And my answer then is exactly what it would be now. Like, I think that either they would get rid of me immediately or I would make it very far. I don't really think there's an in-between. I think either they're gonna, this feels like, not to be like cocky or boasters, but I think either they're gonna recognize that I'm a threat and want to get rid of me immediately, or maybe socially I'm able to get along with people well enough to where they keep me around. I mean, on the last show that I was on, I was the last person to be nominated, and everybody knew that I was a winner.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I don't feel like I do bad socially in getting along with people. It's just a matter of like, do they view me as a threat or not? And some of that where they view me as a threat, I have no control over. Like, I can't help the fact that like I'm over 6 foot, 200 fit. Like, I can.
Dark, handsome, fine, sexy. We got the muscle. Yeah, you can't help that. I get it. It's okay.
See,
but no, you're real. No, you're real. You're real.
No, like, perception has a lot to do with the threat level. 100%. Like, Nicole Franzel was probably one of the most dangerous players in Big Brother history, but no one would look at her and think that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Same would go for Dan. Dan's original season, no one was like, oh, this man's a mastermind. He probably could be the best Big Brother player.
He was the Catholic teacher in the bed,
He's a school teacher. So, like, perception has a lot to do with your threat level, especially in Big Brother. So, as I said before the Cookout even existed, I think either I would be gone immediately or I would make it very far.
Real. All right. We got Survivor Spaces.
Okay.
Question for Xavier. Do you think twists like the White Locust deter winners from wanting to come back for a full season of Big Brother, or do you think it's not much of a factor?
Ooh, that's a good question. It is. That's a good question. I think they may deter winners from coming back for like a situation where Rachel is in, where it's one winner, all newbies. I think it might deter them from wanting to do that because Rachel was doing phenomenally socially. I mean, it wasn't like Rachel wasn't still popping off, but socially she had adapted her game to be able to be like, okay, hey, winning competitions might not be my strong suit, which I'm still wondering if maybe she threw a couple of those. But because to me, if I had been removed from the game for a while and then came back, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm old, I can't win nothing. I'm domestic, I can't win nothing. And then I'm gonna try to turn it on at the end.
You're right.
So I'm wondering if that was maybe an angle that she was looking at, but if it wasn't, it is what it is. But yeah, I do think it might deter winners from coming back on a season where this is why most winners, you hear them, they're like, I'm only coming back for all winners.
And that's what you say. You say the same thing, right?
Oh, for me, I don't even know. I'll come back for that. For me,
oh my God.
I'm going to be honest. That house, I've been in it twice now. And, you know, both times I made it to finale night. So that was neat. And I just... it's such a time commitment, man.
It is.
It's a time commitment. You're subjecting yourself to being on camera 24/7 again.
Yeah, that's true.
You're subjecting yourself to, Twitter stands.
So what do you think? And what else?
No, go ahead.
What do you think the time frame would need to be for you to feel more comfortable with it in that scenario? If they call you, they like, come on, you like it's too long, and they say we got 50 days for you.
Oh hell no, that's way.
And then you say hell no, I'll do 10, and they say we got 30 days for you.
So a month. It would depend on if I got little ones at home. Probably not.
Okay.
If I got little ones at home, at most they probably would get 3 weeks.
Okay.
If I don't got little ones at home, I could probably swing a month. But yeah, so like that's what it is for like a lot of winners. Like even I feel like for Rachel coming back on this season, she's like, I'm going away from my husband. I'm going away from my kids. Like that's tough for people to just walk away from. So I think that the timing is tough, and I know particularly I'll limit it to just like kind of Twitter fans. I know they may not realize it, or they may just not care, but like they deter a lot of people from wanting to come back. Like for better or for worse, like some people really don't want to come back because they just don't feel like dealing with them. They don't feel like dealing with the fans that are just going to be up their ass and
their families,
harassing them and their families. Like they don't want to subject themselves to that. And I'll be honest, I don't necessarily care to do that either. Like
that's real.
So that's arguably the two biggest deterrents in my opinion are the time commitment that it would take to do another season, and then having to deal with social media. Yeah,
that's real. Next question. Shout out to Lee from TRK, honey. Period. How did you mentally prepare to enter the Big Brother house, specifically considering the lack of diversity in previous seasons? Damn, come on, question. And can you describe what it means to you emotionally, knowing how impactful? So the first question first. How did you mentally prepare?
So I mentally prepared. I went back and I rewatched as many seasons as I could. I was studying the competition, seeing when I saw, like, I watched everything like it was Gameville. So when people were being strategic, I was seeing what were they doing that was working. But I also recognized that, like, for example, I am not Tyler Crispin. I am not Dan Giesling. I am not Casey Clark. I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I got to take things that maybe they're doing that actually are authentic and genuine to me being myself. So find the things that they did that I could actually use and incorporate it into my game. And those things that don't really apply to me, don't try to overdo it or don't try to oversell it or don't try to be someone who you're not. That's like, I go to bed early. That shit wasn't going to change. I don't give a fuck. Like, y'all want to talk about backdooring me at 1 o'clock in the morning? Cool, I'll deal with it in the morning. Like, it's not like y'all gonna backdoor me at 6 a.m. Like, I'll deal with it in the morning. But yeah, so that was, because I watched in the span of it was probably like a few months, maybe 3 months. I watched probably 16 seasons.
Had you seen it before? Like beforehand, how many seasons had you seen?
I watched it as a kid, but then like sports dominated my life as I got older, so I didn't have time for it. And then after I graduated law school and started working at my firm, I got contacted about going on Love Island. So I went on, at that time, it was called CBS All Access, not Paramount Plus. Yeah. So I went on it. I watched season 1 of Love Island. I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that shit. I'm sorry. I ain't got no business going on TV and kissing some woman who probably won't be my wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's real.
You know what I'm saying? I got
some of the girls found love. Some of the girls found love. Most of them didn't.
Okay,
and that's
real. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but statistically, is like you're probably not gonna be my wife, and I'm glad now that my lady is at home and ain't gotta see me kissing or gyrating on other women on TV, and my kids ain't gonna see that. So like, exactly, that's cool. But yeah, and then when I was on CBS All Access, I saw Big Brother. And I was like, I remember this. So then I started watching it. And I was like, all right, so they know me from the Love Island casting process.
Exactly.
Maybe I could apply for Big Brother and then actually try to do that. So then I got casted. My casting director or the casting guy who I still talk to this day We went through the process, and then I just started watching as many seasons as I could, analyzing it like game film. I read several books on manipulation, and also a big thing that I don't think people take advantage of in this game is like letting other people feel like they're in charge. And I know that, from a game perspective, that's probably going to reflect poorly on you. Like people be like, oh, you weren't active, or oh, you weren't really like. Sometimes you need to let other people feel like they're doing the damn thing, so that way when you get them, they don't see it coming. Like they're going to see it coming if they feel like they're in charge and you're competing with them in charge. No, let them feel up here. You need to let them feel like they're here and you're here. That's how Ian Terry got Mike Boogie.
Yep.
Like, you got to let them feel great.
Yep.
To bring them back down.
That's real.
I read a lot of books on manipulation and also just patience. Not doing too much, not doing too little, but striking when the moment is right.
Real.
And so there I constructed a game plan for how I plan to go through the game, and that was that.
That was history, and now you got that money, honey. Okay, and can you describe what it means to you emotionally, knowing how impactful your win is for the Black fans of the show, the first Black winner on the flagship version of the show?
Man, let me tell you, I was stressed.
Oh my God!
After the season, I just knew there was going to be a lot of eyes on me, and that wasn't necessarily anything new. When I was playing ball in college, even though I didn't go to like D1, there was still like a lot of what I was doing was being watched. So it felt somewhat familiar, but instead of like thousands of people, this was like millions of people now.
Yep.
And so it felt like I had to, be Big Brother's Barack Obama. Like I had to make sure I wasn't making any mistakes. Don't get caught up being drunk out at some party, or don't get caught up, kissing some random girl on video while don't get caught up doing anything stupid to where they could try to drag your name through the mud, because if they drag your name through the mud, it might make them feel as though like, okay, see, we gave you guys your first Black winner and this is how he's behaving. So now we're not going to allow the opportunity for that to happen ever again. Like, so for me, and Tiff, Big D, Azza, Hannah, Kai, they all know this. Like for me, I felt like I really couldn't get comfortable until after several seasons came down. Like you hear me in this interview, I'm saying nigga, I'm saying fuck. Like I'm far more loose now, but that's because we got Taylor, we got Jag, we got Becky, you know what I'm saying? There's been enough winners after me to where it's like that pressure is not still there. Yeah, I'm still the first Black winner, and I still keep that in mind as I kind of go about my life, but I don't have to be so damn stringent. Like I did my term. You know what I'm saying? I served my years, and now I can let my hair back and go and enjoy myself.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it's the thing that I love the most about the cookout is that one, we made history, but two, we were able to show people that there's so many different shades of Black. Like I'm very different from Azza. Azza's very different from Hannah or Kyle.
Exactly.
They're both very different from Big D. Like there were so many different types of Black that were represented in the cookout. That's what I loved about it. So like my win was just showing people that Black people can come together, we can work together, achieve a goal, and you guys will see different Black people that they can relate to on a show where they probably haven't been able to do so.
Yeah, that's very real. I appreciate that answer. Thank you for answering that. The realest that you can be. Like, honestly, it feels really good to hear as a Black man listening to you. And also, it's like it's a perspective that we don't think about. People don't naturally think about what you're feeling, when we're seeing these things or seeing or not seeing you. You know what I mean?
I know they didn't, because after the next season, you know how many times I get tagged and shit like, oh, well, what does the winner think about how Taylor's getting treated in the moment? How I was like, never before had I heard that shit.
Yeah.
Like, never before was that rhetoric coming out where like, what does the winner think about?
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, it was irritating. But then it was also like, this is who you are.
Exactly.
You in some respects, people are expecting you to kind of be a voice, so you need to use it. And so that, again, that's where it was like, I gotta kind of be who I need to be, not necessarily exactly who I am.
And that's real. Yeah, that's real. And it sucks. And I'm sorry about that, because I feel like so many people so many people have like unknowingly probably included in that feeling by expecting so much from one person, one human being who was lucky enough to get on the show and lucky enough to achieve that. And it's like you just don't consider it. And I'm a victim of that. Like I feel like I well, not a victim, but I'm guilty of that. Like I feel like I also was like expecting things or wondering things, and keep the shit off the internet. Don't go and bash someone and be angry at someone in their comments. But even the thought of it, it's like selfish in a way to think that when you're a human and you're doing the shit yourself,
Yeah, but at the same time, that's where like, and this was what I kept hearing the most, like, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And so for me, did it irritate me at times? Yeah. Did I feel like I was kind of losing myself a little bit? Yeah. But for me, it was like, this means something to people. This means something to people. So if you got to give a little bit of yourself to kind of help your people, give a little bit of yourself. Certain sacrifices need to be made for our people to move forward.
Exactly.
And that was something I was willing to do, and I don't regret it.
Real. All right, we got three more questions. Nice guy says, if you were in the BB27 house, who would you align with? What are your top 5 favorite DRs in general? Who would you align with first that you feel this season? Slim pickings.
Yeah. I feel like Keanu would have a similar mentality as Kylan, so that would probably be beneficial.
Okay.
Because he wanted to take Rachel to the end, and I don't know
he did.
how wise that would have been because Rachel had never been nominated. So I feel like Keanu would have been a nice little shield and someone that I think probably would have taken me far, because as kind of chaotic and all over the place as he's been, I do think he genuinely wants to be loyal to like just one person. He just doesn't quite know how to go about it.
Exactly.
So I might have kept him close. Will would be cool to be aligned with, just because I feel like if I tell him something, he's good at keeping his mouth shut.
Real.
Will knows how to like give just enough to make people feel comfortable, but he's not overly divulging. He'll gossip and he'll shoot the shit, but he's not gossiping about things that are like game changing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
true.
people want to gossip, like she's annoying. He'll be like, yeah, I can't stand her. But he's not really like, yeah, and she said she was going to backdoor you and do this and that to people that he's not working with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Will, I think it would be cool to align with. Ashley.
Well, no, I'm kidding. Why you think Ashley?
So Ashley, believe it or not, Ashley, she reminds me of Baby Sis, but she don't at the same time. Like Hannah was very mature and composed. I don't know that Ashley is as mature and composed as Hannah is, but there are certain times where I look at Ashley or I see what Ashley's doing, and I'm like, that's fucking Hannah. Like, so Ashley would probably, she might get exactly what Hannah got, which is she might come into the fold a little bit later. I would have to see how she's doing, and maybe she can come into the fold. I'm thinking about Vince. Now, there was a guy on the last show that I was on. His name was Jack, and Vince kind of reminds me of Jack, but he's not executing as skillfully, nor is he as tactful. So I feel like I wouldn't be able to trust Vince. Ava, she gets frazzled too quickly. So like that would make me nervous.
Yeah.
Because if we're in a pressure situation, I need to know I can count on you. And if you get frazzled, that might. Who else is there?
That's good. I guess those are I think those are the best options you got.
I feel like
Rachel, would you ever? Let's say Rachel
Morgan's there.
Oh, okay, yeah, Morgan.
Morgan's there. Morgan seems like she can be loyal, so I think Morgan would be a good one. Rachel, I would have aligned with.
That's real.
But Rachel, I feel like that one doesn't even need to be said. Like I would align with Rachel because Rachel knows what she's doing. So if I'm talking game with her, I can speak logically to her, and she's gonna be like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
True.
I think the only thing with Rachel would be making sure that she doesn't get like in her feelings or something like that. But like, again, this version of Rachel, I think it'd be much easier to work with than maybe like the past version of Rachel's that we've seen.
Exactly.
So my first option would probably be Rachel, just because I think she'd be the easiest to work with and would be the smartest to work with. After that, it gets really. Well, coin toss.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about diary rooms earlier. They asked like, what are your top favorite diary rooms? Do you have people who you feel like have your favorite type of diary rooms from like specific players? I know we got some diary room queens out there or kings. Or
like in the history of Big Brother?
Yeah, in the history.
Oh, my favorite diary room people are Brittany Haynes and Danielle Reyes.
Period. Okay. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are my top two.
They're very real in the diary room.
Danielle was funny to me. I mean, Danielle's my favorite player. Danielle was funny just because she would get in there and just roast people. Brittany's funny. Brittany's humor is like very dry and sarcastic, but it fucking like every time it fucking hits. And I hate it because I was on the end of one of them. And I was like, God damn it, Brittany, don't make me laugh at me. Like, it was so infuriating because I was like, oh, you're still funny, but this is at my expense. But I still laughed. And I still got mad love for Brittany and Danielle. But yeah, those are my favorite. To me, those are the two diary room goats. Honorable mention, Davon.
Real.
Brett Robinson from BB20. Brett
was funny. He was funny. He was actually funny, and a lot of people liked him because his diary room.
Brett was funny as hell. I know people are hot or cold on him, but Brett was actually funny.
Yeah.
In the diary room.
No, I didn't laugh, but but real.
He was just stupid. He just reminded me of like, you know,
he was very goofy
back in high school. He's just like very frat boy coded. Like, and like either you like it or you don't. For the most part, I don't. But every now and then you find a frat boy that's just like, yeah, I'll probably drink with you.
Yeah,
like,
true. That's real.
And then who else? I feel like there's more, but those are the people that come off the top of my head. I would probably say Josh Martinez from Reindeer Games because when he was when he was just losing it all over the room, yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
All right, we got Easy. Shout out to Easy. Who are your favorite players from BB24 to 27? If you could pick a top five from BB24 to BB27, your top five faves, if you can, because that might be hard.
BB24 to BB27. All right, let's go. Well, 3 off rip, Taylor, Jack, Chelsea.
Boom. Come on, winners.
I've actually talked to all of them. They've all treated me with nothing but love. I show them love back. You know, I kind of try to be a big bro to them in some sense.
Yep.
So that leaves 2
more.
Technically, she fits in the category, so let me throw in Sari.
Real? I know that's right. Have you met Sari?
I haven't, but Sari and I have talked. We've talked several times. We've messaged. We just haven't had the pleasure of actually meeting in person.
Mm-hmm. And then one more.
And then one last one. So that's 4. So I need a 5th one. And you said 24, 25, 26, and 27.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. We don't take no shade. We just gonna take out 27. So 24, 25, 26. 26. There was Tucker there.
So has a lot of people's
Tucker and Angela were 26, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Okay. 25 was Jag, Matt, final 2, Bowie, Jane, the DJ. That's a lawyer. I probably rounded out, and then 24, Taylor, Monty, Turner. Ooh, Mike Brown. Oh, fucking Joseph. There we go. Wow.
Okay, real.
5.
Real.
How the fuck did I forget Joseph? There we go. There's my 5. Great. I feel great about that 5.
I know that's right. All right, last question.
All right.
Shout out to WWE fan 36. Would you consider doing the Traitors?
Yeah. That's the $1 million question. Yeah. They've NBC are good peoples.
Okay, period. So, have you heard good things about the Traitors experience?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. From multiple people?
I've talked to people from BB that have been on Traitors. I've talked to people who haven't been on BB that have been on Traitors. All of them glowing reviews from the Traitors. And honestly, as someone who's been under the NBC umbrella before, they treat the people good. Amen. CBS better learn. Oh, all right. We ain't doing that. I'm praising one, and I'm not discrediting another. I'm just saying. Amen. They handle their business. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying this side don't. I'm just saying we was talking about this side, so I'm saying this side handled it.
And they handled it. I know that's right. Y'all get into the replay because some of the girls in the chat. Where's the good? What about Kylan? We done asked that.
We done already talked about it.
Oh, we here. Get into the replay, y'all. All right, last thing.
All right.
Boom, we got a game.
Oh.
Quick little cute little fun little game. Nothing too crazy. This game is called Prayther for them, baby.
That's
so
funny.
I was inspired because Rachel Riley has left the game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And she was one of the top players of the season. She was giving it all. And the rest of the people, is giving Prayther for them. But this is how the game works.
I like this.
You are going to end up with one of these players. I'm going to end up with one of these players. And we are going to have to pretend we are in the final 2 seats of this game. And we are explaining why we should win the game.
We're the final 2.
We're the final 2 as one of these players. Let's say
we final 2.
Exactly. But let's say you end up with Lauren. You have to explain Lauren's game.
Okay.
Let's say I end up with Morgan. I have to explain Morgan's game, for example. And we have to explain why they should win the season. Okay. Very much so.
I have to explain Lauren's game.
If in that scenario, if you were Vince, you'd have to explain Vince's game. If you were Keanu, you'd have to explain Keanu's game. And then I'm going to explain that.
Player?
Yeah. So this,
all right,
this
you start with Morgan to give me a sense of what it's going to look like, and now I'll go with Lauren.
I can give you an idea of what it'll look like. It's very much so. Julie Chen says, "This is your chance for your final speech. How explain why you would win the game." If I'm Morgan, if I chose Morgan, I would say, I should win this game because I won 2 vetoes and Vince and then you would do the same thing pretending to be Lauren.
Okay, I think I can do.
And it's a challenge because
we're going to make decent arguments for everybody. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So the challenge is going to be this is the twist.
Okay.
You don't get to choose who you're going to represent.
Oh, yeah, damn it.
I get to choose who you're going to represent, and you get to choose who I'm going to represent. And then
if you can't choose who you're going to pick.
Do you want to choose?
No. I want you to pick for me. I like a challenge.
Because I want to pick for you so that you can be on the top of you gotta be taken it off guard.
All right, give me somebody.
I would like to hear you explain Ashley in the final. Right. And then you go and then you'll
okay. First and foremost, Ashley. She's kept it a secret the entire season, with the exception of a trusted ally that she is an attorney. She had studied Legally Blonde for weeks leading up to coming into the Big Brother house. She downplayed her intelligence, which many of you bought, including many people who are already at home, which proves that even though you may have thought she was dumb, she outsmarted you. She kept her allies close whenever her back was against the wall. She either won a competition or she was able to convince people that she was of value to their game long enough to keep her safe from eviction. Now, throughout the game, Ashley's closest ally, Rachel, went home. Ashley pivoted using her remaining allies in Will and Morgan, and then also formed relationships with other players such as Kelly, Lauren, Vince, Keanu, Ava, basically adapting to whatever she needed to in order to survive in the game for as long as she could. And now she's sitting in the final 2 chairs, a deserving winner.
Okay, come on.
Oh yeah, I was really pulling that out of my ass. I ain't
no, you did a good job. You did a really good job.
Cool.
Okay, I'll go.
All right. So I gotta pick somebody for you, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm curious to see. I feel like that's gonna be too easy though. You gotta do. Actually, I'm gonna wait and see if you give that person to me. Pick. Do Keanu.
Keanu.
Yeah, do Keanu.
Okay. Okay. As Keanu, I'm gonna be Keanu. I'm gonna say but I'm Keanu. So I started off this game as the dungeon master, and I knew coming in that I was gonna tear through this house, get all of you guys out, and I quickly found out that I was target number 1. I was on the block 3 weeks in a row, and I fought myself off all 3 of those weeks with 2 vetoes and a blockbuster. I worked my ass off in this game, even though I was target number 1 the entire season, and you all let me get all the way to the final 2 seats. I had relationships, although not strong, or from your perspective. From my perspective, I had relationships with Rachel, with Will, with Ashley at a point in this game, with Vince, with Kelly. Everyone in this jury had a moment where they were trying to work with me and I was trying to work with them. I fully played the game in every aspect, whether you guys appreciated it, liked it, wanted me there or not. And at the end of the day, I'm still in these final 2 chairs as the dungeon master that I thought I was when I walked into this game. Period. That's all I got for him. I tried my best. No shade, because did he really do much? No shade.
Hey, like, again, this is what is it, like Dungeons and Dragons, or what is a dungeon master?
Dungeons and Dragons, because the dungeon master could be a lot of things in my room, but Dungeons and Dragons is a game.
Listen here, Pharaoh, if that is your skipper name. What you be doing in your room?
No.
Are those posters, or are those posters, or are those body counts?
Big D rubbed off on me yesterday. That's all that was. Big D rubbed off on me, and I was given that, but I need to.
You can't hang out with him too much. He'll have you speaking crazy.
Child, you are saying anything. But no, it's like a role play. It's damn near what we're doing. It's literally what we're doing. It's just a role playing game. Just pretend to be whoever.
So we going through all of them now?
We don't have to. I think we could just do one more round. I put in the YouTube chat. I said who did better. They voting for you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
79% said you ate that up. I will say you do have experience because you already did a final.
I'm gonna say it's what I do for a living. So that's that. All right. All right. It's your turn. Pick.
No, you pick me first.
Oh, you want to go first this time?
Yeah, I want to go first this time.
All right. Lauren.
Damn. Damn.
Well, while you get your thoughts together, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. So
okay, that's fine. Because that's what she would have did too. She would have told Julie, well, hold on, give me a second. Y'all, I don't know what the hell to say. I guess I can gather it. This is so hard for me. If y'all have been here, first of all, subscribe, like, comment, share. We do this shit every week. I've talked to multiple people from Big Brother. I have a special guest next week, of course, again. I've talked to Taylor Hell, Derek Levasseur this season, Jessica Milagros this season. They've given all this tea this season. Lauren has been my Achilles heel all season. I don't have shit for her. I'm finna make some bullshit up. The chat said you better lie. I have to, because what the absolute fuck could I say? And that's never no shade. She won a lot of comps. She's a super fan. She won some comps. You know, she was scared. I'm scared. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it around on them. I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to lie. Somebody said you got to talk really slowly. She's pretty. She is pretty. Maybe vote for a pretty face. That's it. And that's it. I got an idea. I'm going to try to work it, and y'all better vote for me because y'all in the chat voting for the wrong person. What's going on? This is our podcast. Y'all supposed to support me. This is the kingdom. And y'all voting Xavier? What did he ever do for you? That don't even make no damn sense. Gee whiz. What else they say? Oh, shout out to the girls who was in the chat, by the way. Shout out to Zelda Diva. This is cast of all balls, excluding Will, Rachel, and Ashley. And that's T. The girls in the chat who were confused earlier, we were talking about a lot of other stuff at the beginning of the podcast. You're going to have to lock in, honestly.
All right. Let's
you back. You know what's crazy? I still don't got nothing.
Any time you get to put something together, I bet I'm expecting magic.
Well, all right, let's start.
All right, Lauren, let's have it. Convince me to vote for you.
I played this game. Okay, she can't go. No, for real. She needs to go in and she needs to be confident.
Okay, go ahead, boo.
Okay. I'm confident, Lauren.
I'm back here. You know, I lost it for a second when I went pee, but I'm back.
No, we're gonna lock in. I played this game And there were a lot of moments where I thought that I was scared. But what I realized is that this is a game about growth. I started off this game and I wasn't sure what I was going to do and how I was going to make it through. But what I noticed is that my strong suit was winning competitions and being loyal to the people who I was loyal to. I had very specific relationships that helped me get to the end of this game. There were multiple times where Vince was choosing me in the White Locust competition, where Keanu wasn't backdooring me when he thought he wanted to, when there was a plan to do that. Ava stuck by my side, Kelly stuck by my side, and that was my strong suit. Although I wasn't the best at being social all around, I was the best at being social with the people who it mattered with. And I won in-game comps, and I'm a super fan of this game, and I really want to win. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'm the youngest person in this cast, and I outlasted all of y'all. So vote for me to win or else.
And that's on Addison Rae.
I know that's right.
What I'm talking about. I don't even know. I
Okay.
bet. That was sound.
Okay.
I felt the passion. I felt the emotion. I dig that. All right. Who left for me?
I got you. You're going to have to do Kelly.
Thank God. I thought you was going to give me Ava.
You got to do Kelly.
All right, Kelly, bet. Let me just warm up.
You got some time because I had some time.
No, I'm going to just get into it. I like to go off the fly. Whatever. We're going to see how it goes.
That's right.
All right, everyone. It's Kelly. It's PB and Kelly here. You guys are probably surprised that I made it here at the end. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little surprised, but the only thing that I'm not surprised at is the fact that I continue to prosper and continue to do everything in my power to do what needed to get done to get me here. When you guys targeted me in the early weeks, I won competitions to ensure my safety. I know you guys still remember the pose from the first blockbuster, okay? That's seared in your brains, and I'm doing it again now because that's the pose of a winner, okay? I know you guys see these glasses. I use these glasses to make myself less threatening. So even though you guys targeted me for the first couple of weeks after that, I was just a fly on the wall. You didn't hear Kelly get nominated. You didn't hear me getting targeted. As a matter of fact, when Lauren was in the safety chain, she wanted me to get safety. I built allies. I found people who were willing to go to bat for me, and I stayed off the block until it got to the point that we were at the end game, and then I won my way to the end. So yes, is Kelly a ditz? 100%. Is Kelly someone who you guys can't stand? Yes. Yet all of you wonderful people ended up in the jury house, and now I'm sitting here on finale night. So if you're wondering, who should you vote for? It's Kelly sitting next to Morgan, Vince, Ava, Keanu, Will, Lauren. It doesn't matter because Kelly's journey here was far better than any of theirs. And at the end of the day, everybody loves a PB and Kelly.
Let me say something. I don't think they will do as good as we did at all. We'll see. We'll see. But unfortunately, we're going to have to hear one of those people.
No, so that's who was I? I think I might have been talking to Taylor and Josh about that. That irritates me.
What?
That irritates me. I don't like when people get to final two and don't know what the hell they're gonna say.
Literally.
Like you spent the whole season putting in all this work, and now you get to final two and you stumbling. Like this is the culmination of everything you've done. For me, those questions were. I get that I'm a lawyer and I get that. So like I have a little bit of an unfair advantage, but like. For me, those questions were the easiest to answer because it's like, what did you do?
Yep. Why don't you know what you did? And
exactly. If you can't say what you did, then you don't deserve the money.
Real.
Because that means you probably didn't do much.
And that's
or
right.
If you did do stuff, it really didn't have an impact to where you feel like it merits bringing up now.
Real. They in the chat glazing, girl. They done gave you the win again. I feel like I did great. I'm happy with myself, and that's all. That self-love is the best love.
No, that I'm getting these.
I don't need their votes. I don't need it.
So,
no, you ain't.
Can I ask you a question? I'm genuinely curious. Yeah, you. What would be your final two speech for Will?
For Will?
Will. Because it's undeniable that Will is the most liked in the house. But what is your final two speech for Will?
He's the most liked. I think for me, if I was Will, I would say.
See, I don't like that.
I think I would say that this season of Big Brother was no like any other.
Okay.
they made this season very heavy on my biggest weakness coming into this game. I am the oldest man in the house. I have a bad back. And this was a heavily competition-based season. There was blockbusters every single week. There was literally a competition round where if you lost, you went home. And I'm still sitting in this final 2 seats because at the end of the day, the true heart of Big Brother is the social aspect. I was social enough to survive every single round without winning an HOH once in this season. And I still made it to the final 2. There's not many other people who can say that. And the reason I'm here is because of my relationship with all of you, with the person who took me, whoever's sitting right here. Period. I mean, that's his goal.
No, that's exactly the angle that you would need to take. Because I remember I posed a question on Twitter the other day. It was like, if Will's sitting next to Keanu, who wins? And a lot of people were just immediately like, Will. And I was like, I don't think it's so simple. And you even saw when Rachel left.
Yep. She said, don't disappoint me. Yep.
Yeah. Like, clearly, like, winning competitions isn't everything. But if your back's against the wall and you're winning, and like, the other thing that I think people aren't really keying in on is like, Rachel's a member of the jury, which means she could very well have a lot of influence on the jury.
Exactly.
So like, whatever people are going to be picking her brain, like, who do you think? So that's something to keep in mind. Like, whose game is Rachel going to respect the most? Because I think she will have a strong influence on what some of the other voters are going to do.
100%. She's literally going to be the driving force in that jury, in my opinion.
And so like,
I fully agree.
Even though Rachel likes Will more than Keanu, does she like Keanu's game more, which resonates more with how she won Big Brother? Or does she go for the person who she likes more? You know what I'm saying? That's where it's like, things aren't so cut and dry with anybody left. Like, I think this game is still up in the air.
Yeah. Who do you feel like you would vote? Like, if you were in the jury, who do you feel like deserves it more in your opinion?
Out of all the house guests right now?
Yeah, everybody left.
Yeah, based off the game that they played right now, Lauren's going to be out. Ava's going to be out.
Real.
Ashley's probably going to be out. So we got Vince, Keanu, Morgan, and Will left.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it would probably be one of those 4. Vince, Keanu, Morgan, or Will.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I think it would have to be one of those 4.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I think which one it would be would ultimately depend on how these coming weeks kind of go. But those would be one of those 4 are who I think could potentially win this season.
That's real. I respect that. I agree with that. Xavier, before we close out, the last thing I make everybody do, I force it.
I force it.
You got to rank these people. It's 8 people left in the game. We're going to do a lightning speed rank. I'm going to pull them up. Tell me where they go. Now, you know what Mother is?
Yeah, chocolate drop. Put them up there.
You know what Camp is? You know what? Yeah, Camp is like Camp is like you're doing something so out of the ordinary and it's so good and it eats over there. Like, you're very uniquely eating that shit up over there. That's what Camp is. It's a positive
Camp. Yeah. I got something and I'm going over there and I'm eating it because I'm hungry.
Exactly.
Okay.
You got it exactly. Kai Asylum is the other one you might not know.
I'm learning shit tonight, people. I'm learning shit.
This gray one, Kai Asylum, I don't know who you are.
Okay.
You are irrelevant. And then Chop is Chop. And you don't gotta be me, you just gotta say the name. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Morgan is first. Where would
you put after this BB Comics win, because BB Comics is tough, I'm gonna put Morgan at Camp.
Real? She eating that up over there.
I'm gonna put Morgan at Camp. Her back was against the wall. She won a comp. That weighs heavily for me. I think that's huge.
Real?
When you need to, I weigh that heavily.
Keanu.
Mid. I think Keanu's mid. He's won competitions when his back was against the wall. His gameplay has been sloppy, but when he was HOH, he nominated 3 people. He was fine with any of them going home, and one of them did go home. There's something to be said about that.
Lauren.
I mean, probably the asylum.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. That's where she belongs. Ava Pearl.
After this HOH.
After this HOH. Or not even this.
Yeah, the safety chain. Probably Chop.
Yep. She down there.
I'm sorry.
Chocolate Drop Senior. Will.
Father.
I know that's right. Come on, father. Literally. Kelly child.
Actually, yeah, probably throw her in the empty spot, child.
Yeah, child.
Because like I give her respect. You know, her back was against the wall. She won a couple comps. She's been chilling. Yeah. I hate the whole, oh, well, I'll go on the block. Like, don't ever do that. But she stopped doing it for a little while. Okay. So, you know, if she was doing that, I would probably put her in chop. But she seemed like she stopped doing it. And it don't seem like, even though her name's still being mentioned, no one's really like acting on like or like, you know, going out of the way to get her out. So like, all right, she was potentially up on the chopping block if Rachel had finished, then but we'll put her at chill for now.
Period. All right, Ashley.
I think putting her next to Keanu.
Real.
I'm debating on whether or not I want to flop those two. I'm gonna leave it as is. But I'm gonna put her there. I wouldn't quite put her at Morgan. Yeah, I like her there.
That's fair. And Vince.
What's Chile? What's Chile again? Chile?
It's child. So it's like
put him in front of Kelly.
Real. Yeah, you get it. You understand the vibe.
This is correct. In front of Kelly. Because again, like his thought process isn't always wrong. Like sometimes it's wrong. Sometimes it's like, okay, you see it. But then him executing it, it's like you said, it's sloppy. And I saw Tyler did a little thing for the Big Brother, like behind the scenes, and they asked him like who's playing a Tyler game, which like Tyler had a great answer. No one can play a Tyler game. There's only one Tyler.
Clock that thing.
But yeah, he said like maybe Vince, but Vince isn't doing it well. And I would agree. I think Vince is trying to be on everyone's good side and trying to, you know, have all these people in his ears. And like low key for a good chunk of the game, it seemed like that was working and working brilliantly. And then in the last couple of weeks, it seemed like they're all catching on to him and it's starting to unravel. And as it's unraveling, his decision making isn't nearly as crisp and a lot of mistakes are being made. So that's where I would put him just above Kelly because he had the good sense to be like, Keanu was like, oh, well, Vince, if you volunteer to get nominated, you're not going to go where he said, fuck. So just above Kelly. That's where I would probably rank everybody.
All right. And last one. This is the last time we ranking her. Rachel Riley.
Iconic. So above Mother.
You know where you got to go. Above Mother, period.
Yeah.
Damn.
I miss Rachel. Again, I was very pleased to see the kind of the adaptation of Rachel this season. You know, I've been used to seeing her from her past season, so seeing this different version of Rachel, she still popped off. She still talked her shit a little bit, but she definitely focused more on the social aspect of her game. And to me, when you see a returning player, those are some of the things you want to see. You want to see how they change their game for the better. Because I think if Rachel had this kind of aspect of her game back then, who knows how successful she could have been on both of her seasons. Obviously, she won one season, but who knows where that could have taken her on, you know, her initial season.
Exactly. That's so real. Have you ever met you've met Rachel before the season?
I've talked to Rachel before. I've talked to Brendan before. I haven't actually met them in person, but I've talked to them several times. They're it's a beautiful family. Beautiful family, beautiful people.
That's wonderful. All right, Xavier. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming. Where can the girls find you if you would like them to find you or support you anywhere?
At Xavier E. Prather on pretty much all socials. And sometimes I'm active, sometimes I'm not. I got shit to do. So like,
I know,
sorry, y'all.
A working man, as you should be.
Yeah.
And period. So make sure y'all subscribe to us, of course, as well. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we are live talking about Big Brother for the next 2 weeks as the season wraps up. Next week is going to be the last after show. And of course, at the end of every after show, I have to reveal who is the next guest. So here we go.
Okay.
Kyland Young will be joining me. I know, right? Will be joining me next week to discuss Big Brother, probably The Amazing Race as well. So get into it all. Okay.
What season of the challenge was that from? Was that from this most recent season?
It was from 40.
Yes, it was from 40. Yeah. Good pick, Kai. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, so get into that. Thank you guys for joining. Xavier, thank you for being here. And thanks for keeping real with the kingdom. We're out.
Always.